Hello, beautiful souls. Today we dive into love languages through tarot. We just done a reading that was titled Finally Cracking the Love Code. We dived into aspects of relationships, the dark and light of connection, and what was coming for you in the future. But what came up was love languages. And I thought, you know what would be gorgeous to dive into the 5 love languages. There are 7, so we'll talk about the 7 love languages, the 5, but we're going to pull tarot on each. And if you know what your love languages are, put them in the comments. Make it be known. Affirm the style of it. We're going to talk a little bit about each. I'll timestamp them below so you can go straight to your preferred. But the whole reading will nicely sum up the different characteristics our relationships have had, our exes, our current relationships, our future relationships, and not just romantic at that, family, friends, other colleagues, business, how we give and receive love, all coming from these love languages. So from words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts and physical touch. We're going to look at what that really means and how that's showing up in the tarot as well, specifically what the cards are saying about that. And not only that, there are 7 modern love languages as well, which have kind of been justified and or changed. And they include activity, appreciation, emotional, financial, intellectual, physical, and practical aspects of love. So we'll look at all of that too, okay? So get comfortable, chill out. We are diving into a plethora of love, a nuance of love, a love neural network, which just makes your mind strong and clear about how you are giving and receiving love today in all forms and all relationships. So let's deep dive. Okay, we're going to start with the tarot, and I'm going to weave the love languages in between all of this because I already shuffled the deck and the 9 of Cups came out. And I shuffled some more and then the 9 of Cups came out again. And the divine was like, stop, we're here now. We're going to start. So the first card coming out, as we talk about love languages today, is the 9 of Cups. And it beautifully represents everything we need to know about love. Because our love languages really represent what we wish for, what we desire, what brings us fulfillment, what makes us most happy. And that is indeed the 9 of Cups. First card out, the 9 of Cups. Second card out, the Hanged Man. Many of us have been stuck in relationships because we are not receiving the love that we deserve, or we are not conscious enough of our love languages. From words of affirmation to quality time to acts of service to receiving gifts and to physical touch. Yeah, it matters. If you are rooted in words of affirmation, then it's about using kind, encouraging, positive words to express gratitude and love and appreciation, you know? With quality time, we're talking about that undivided attention, actively listening, actively engaging in meaningful, purposeful conversation, feeling seen and heard, just you and the other, just the time you need to soothe your soul. Really important. These are how we love. These are how we get what we need to keep going. Love is the highest vibration of all, you know? Acts of service. It's how we perform helpful tasks and share our duty, take responsibility. And without being asked as well, just doing. Some people are so beautifully gifted at just doing things for others. This is such a gorgeous light worker trait, you know? Giving gifts as well, really thoughtful and meaningful. People will just gift you things and take this and take that, or you could just be a gifter and that's your love language. Others may not enjoy that. There are some people who don't enjoy that trait. Oh, they're always giving gifts and this and that. I just want quality time. You're always touching me physically, physical touch. So non-verbal cues of hugging and kissing, intimacy, sex, closeness. Some people are uncomfortable with that too sometimes. You just want sex from me all the time. It's always a sex thing. You're always touching me. You're always feeling me up and buying me stuff. But I want words of affirmation. I just want quality times. I just want acts of service from you. So it's so important that we understand these different languages, because that's what our lovers are presenting with. And when we do really understand what our lovers are naturally, I wanted to say inherited to do, but that's not the right word. Let me know what the right word is in the comments. Natural way of being. If we understand our lovers' natural way of being, then we're not going to try and change them. If their language is physical touch, then we have to be willing to accommodate that. We can't neglect them physically or refuse to be intimate. Consent is a real thing, so don't get me wrong here. But you've got to understand, if you are really fed up with the physical touch from your lover, but that's their love language, your relationship's going to suffer. If your partner is so fed up of you buying them gifts because you're wasting money supposedly, but that's your love language, then your relationship's going to suffer. Yeah? If your partner needs acts of service, that could be taking the bins out, picking the kids up from school. That could be doing the chores, cleaning the house, building, fixing, getting that new piece of furniture up, that new shelf done. Acts of service, just doing things that need to be done around the house sometimes. Chores, preparing meals, completing tasks, and they're just not doing it. You're going to be annoyed. If you need quality time, but your partner's so busy building that shelf because their love language is acts of service, but you need quality time, your relationship's going to suffer. Because as lovely as that shelf is and how lovely it smells in this house, I still need undivided attention because my language demands it. Yeah? And if someone's giving you all the quality time in the world that you need, but they can't affirm you through word, and your language is words of affirmation, then your heart chakra suffers and you feel lack. Yeah? So in the back of the mind, Death card. In the front of the mind, Two of Wands. In the past, Queen of Pentacles. In the future, Three of Swords. Then we've got the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Chariot. Wow. Okay, I'm going to be really, really honest here, because I see what appears to be a breakup in a relationship. Some people walking away, or forgiving themselves, or healing, comes in layers with this Three of Swords, because at the end of the day, I think there's going to be a real consciousness shift because of this reading, and or whoever's receiving this. This reading is screaming consciousness shift for anybody who has been in a relationship that is not meeting their love language. For the Death card to be in the back of your mind, someone's been thinking a long time about walking away, calling it quits on a connection, because this person isn't giving you what you need. Two of Wands at the front of the mind is even more confirmation of that, because it's going, I'm trying to decide. I feel stuck, I feel stagnant, especially with the Hangman. The Hangman on the Nine of Cups highlights everything that you've ever wished for and wanted in a connection that can't come in because it's blocked, because someone's not loving you right. You need someone who can love you. And you need to be able to love someone in the right language. Love has a language, guys. Yeah? So English is great. Urdu is great. French is great. Languages are beautiful. We all speak different languages. Sign language is fantastic. Makaton is amazing. We can talk about coding languages. Well, should I nerd out? CC, right? We can talk C. We can talk C+, right? We can talk about different languages that keep us going. I'm trying not to nerd out about large language models right now and get lost, and my brain is like, just chill, don't start screaming C's. There's no need. But the largest language model of all, which is like criminal to say as I start building all this technology, is love, though. It has to be. Love languages matter. They're incredibly important, okay? So no matter what you're doing in any area of your life, and that's the point, and I had to fight myself to even say that in that moment. I was like, I can't disrespect large language models at a time like this. Have you seen the new world? My God, the fourth industry is in absolute despair. But like, Louise, take your nerd vibration and your Dexter Laboratory voice back down 10 notches and chill, because we all need love, and it matters. It makes a difference, okay? Because I'm talking about tech here, so stay with me. I don't want to lose you all, okay? Because large language models is a tech term, and it's related to open source and technology and C, the different levels of C as a coding language, C++, all of that kind of stuff is tech savvy, and how we turn language into application. So I'm talking to you now on YouTube. YouTube's built off code. YouTube's built off language, yeah? Everything we use is built off a conversation between human and machine, yeah? You input a language, you input a code, or you input a language, it creates a code, and out comes a creation. And there's been blockages in somebody's reality because what you've been inputting is not been well received, right? We talk lengthily about how important the human is in regards to programming machine. You have to input the language in. You have to feed the machine the right language. What you ask of machine is so important. If any of you guys are already out there using AI frequently and ChatGPT and Grok, you understand what you ask. What you ask Google at the basic level, if we strip AI of the conversation today, what you ask Google is important. The way you speak to Google is important. The way you ask questions and search in YouTube or your Google browser, anywhere, it matters, doesn't it? You can't just go to Google help and expect to get the right response, can you? You need to know something really, really important, but you just say help. You're not going to get anywhere. You need to form a clear sentence and put that into Google. That's your relationship. And that's why relationships break down and crumble and don't work, because the love languages are so far away. And sometimes, no matter how much you love someone, right? If they can't give you the undivided attention you need through quality time, if they can't give you the positive words and express themselves with gratitude and appreciation through words of affirmation, if they cannot offer you the acts of service and complete helpful tasks, take responsibility and share the load, prepare meals, do chores, complete the task and lighten your load through acts of service, then you can't move to the next level, right? If they can't receive gifts and be grateful for it and do it in exchange, give and take, equal, reciprocal gift giving, you're at a loss. You're in a deficit. And it's kind of toxic as well when you come up against someone who can't stand you buying gifts. If your love language is giving gifts, and every time you buy a gift, how much money was that now? How much money does that cost? We can't afford that. That's too expensive. Take it back. No, I don't want that. I don't even like that. Someone ungrateful as well. Makes it even worse, toxic, yeah? You got to think about the way in which you get beat down in relationships as well. I'm being guided for you to tell you to go and watch the other love reading I've done about finally cracking the love code, because it does bring up those kind of energies for me where things are a little bit toxic now and then, and you let it go. Because in that reading I spoke about how you can kind of get into patterns of behavior where you're just kind of used to it. And it's just kind of the way that things are. And you just kind of accommodate that kind of love language or lifestyle or way of being. But it's not right. And then now I feel like it's dawning on some people of what you've been settling for, you know? Because I said in that reading, I made it really, really clear, like, why on earth do people who feel like they've had a string of relationships and they're always in a relationship are better than someone who's been single? Or better than someone who's been in a relationship for 20 years but are bored? Well, who is anyone else to decide what the right factors are? One person's been in a relationship for 20 years, but it's stale and boring. They bicker all the time and they tell everyone that they're not really in love. They're just doing it for the kids, right? Whether that's true or not, it's a bantery thing. Whereas you've got the other person who's in the middle, who's dating someone every other week or every other year, and they're settled down in their love, and there's engagements, but then it doesn't work out and they break up after the engagement, and then there's someone new again, versus the other person who never seems to be in a relationship and just on their own, minding their damn business, living their life. Who is anyone to judge any of those categories? They're looking for the right love language. Yeah? And some people thrive from a string of relationships over and over again. Some people thrive from, that's my old, that's my spouse, my old man, my old woman. That's not the right phrase. I'm confused about what I'm trying to say. But you know what I mean, where there's those kind of like slogans and terminologies. Oh, the missus, the good old missus, yeah. Right. To just brush off the bird that you're with. Like, that's kind of British terms, but it is. Oh, yeah, the wife's nagging again. Oh, yeah, my bird, she's a right nightmare. Right. Like, the Cockney geese who's got his woman at home who don't stop nagging. Oh, yeah, got to go home to dinner now. Got to leave the pub. Oh, the wife's moaning again, guys. Got to go. You know, but they're happy and they're settled down, and that's the narrative they know, and that's the love language they were raised in, and that's the experience that they've accustomed to, right? Versus the single person has clearly decided to navigate away from any love languages that don't feel fulfilling to them. And some people are more exposed to seeing the love languages that are not accommodating or comfortable to them, or prefer to be alone, right? And it's nice to be able to go through the plethora of individual who like different things, and it's okay. All of those connections are okay. All of those styles of existing are okay, you know? So that's awesome. But we're going to keep diving a little bit deeper, okay? Because I think it's really, really important. And I thought I was going to timestamp all of these, but I don't know if I will. I don't know if I need to, because I'm just going to let the tarot do the work, yeah? Next card out, on top of the Nine of Cups, so we're doubling up on the spread we do have already, is the High Priestess. Gorgeous energy, because it's letting me know you know exactly what you want. We're just going in for clarity to see if there's anything else that wants to come out, and it's going, you know what your wish fulfillment is. Write in the comments, what are your love languages? What are they? Because it says, if you want to really connect with someone who has words of affirmation, for example, you're going to want to avoid criticism. You're going to want to avoid unkind comments or failing to recognize their efforts. Yeah? So if you are dating someone whose love language is words of affirmation, you've got to consider that if you don't affirm them, they're going to be unfulfilled. But even worse, if you criticize them and do the opposite of affirmation, which is defame them, bring them down, demoralize them, you're going to hurt their spirit. So imagine you're in an abusive, toxic relationship. Your food's shit, sick of this house. You're no good at what you do. You're late again. I'm so sick of this. I hate this gift. I'm tired of this. Tired of you. You look a hot mess. No, I don't like that dress on you. That's exactly the opposite to what this person needs in love. Absolute opposite, yet you present it, that person's presenting with that. It's awful. It's awful. And that's where the toxicity comes in. And sometimes we have conversations about narcissism and gaslighting and toxicity, because that, for an empath, would tear an empath down deeply internally. The words of affirmation that they so long for, when they don't receive it, yet they're receiving the opposing construct of unkind words, can make them linger around, and instead of them coming into their power and being more independent, they'll crave that wording more. And if that partner is abusive or aggressive and irritated because they've got a different love language, such as physical touch, and that's not being met, then they're going to flip the narrative round and use it as a weapon. And when they really want to butter you up, oh, you look beautiful today. Yeah? because they know it's going to trigger this feeling of love and camaraderie and getting this person in the right mood. And then again, they want to piss you off. You look like shit today, right? Power of word. Really, really, really powerful. And so the actions to really take when it comes to words of affirmation as well is write notes, send unexpected texts, verbally acknowledge and recognize the other person's achievements and qualities. Like, really consider words of affirmation. Use kind words, be encouraging, be positive, express yourself to them whilst giving them gratitude and appreciation. Yeah? The Star card is out next on top of the High Priestess. If you want me to go into more depth about these love languages and do a separate reading on each, let me know in the comments, because I'm torn between going in on all of these love languages versus just talking to you about the tarot. So I'm bouncing between the two now, but we'll see how this reading pans out in the end. And always check the description to see exactly what we've managed to ground in text at the end of this experience. Because now out comes the Star card with the High Priestess, and it's on top of the Hanged Man, which is saying we're healing this stagnancy in your connection. We're healing it for good. And I love it. I think it's so fucking rewarding, and I think it's so powerful, because it really is screaming, I'm not doing it anymore, you know? I'm not giving in, and I'm not sacrificing what I need. I need my love languages, or I'm going to be sick. Like, facts on facts, absolute truth. I'm going to be sick and mentally unstable and ill and unwell if I don't get my fucking love languages. Someone bring my fucking love languages right fucking now, right? Sorry guys, sometimes I'm role playing, I'm giving you the narrative, but that's how I feel. That's the empowerment I feel from this card here, from these cards showing up together like that. It's like I'm done. And do you know why this is so gorgeous today? Because now the back of the mind, the Death card, is followed by what? The Eight of Cups. I'm moving on. Not only is this Death card, this is Eight of Cups. I'm out. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself through it anymore. It's toxic, it's abusive, it's weighing on me, it's tearing me down. I'm unfulfilled, I'm not satisfied. I don't want it. I don't want it, right? And it's making me a little bit emotional now, and a little bit like, oh, I'm gonna cry, you know, because it's so true. And it's like, I felt this way in the last reading when I saw Wheel of Fortune. I nearly cried like this. So both of these readings are making me kind of like hot and overwhelmed, because it's like, it's a little bit of panic setting in, but it's also the reality and the waking of, I don't want to fucking be in this. This isn't what I want. I just did it because, you know? And I'm so sick. I'm being a bitch about it, but I'm so sick of those relationships. And I because I'm a hermit and I would rather be alone than be with anything that's not going to last. And I'm a clairvoyant. I see the future. I know if it's going to work or not. I'm more prone to say no. I'm good, thanks. And I'm more prone to just duck out and just leave when I see the future. When I get the vision, that's so Raven, that's the future I can see. Yeah, I saw the fucking future. My eye done that spinny fucking thing. Let's just call it time. Yeah. But when you have that moment, you walk away. But it does get annoying when other people kind of start gloating around about their relationship and connection, and that's not going to last, and that's not genuine, and you're not really fucking happy. But I guess it's cute for the paparazzi and the press. That's cute. And I say that regards to just literally, that's your mum and dad taking photos when you go out for dinner, right? Because everyone's paparazzi and fucking press nowadays, you know? So it's just so annoying. It's like, like, get a grip. Like real love is so rare, and everyone's just faking it. And some people hate their spouses, and it's like, oh, my partner this, oh, my partner that. Oh, yeah, we're in love. Oh, yeah, we're engaged. Oh, yeah, we're getting married. And it's like, you're toxic, because I know you. And that's a toxic connection. But then you're bitter. You're the single bitter friend. And it's like, fine. But you're going to break up soon. And then they break up. And you're like, oh, toxic as fuck. You know? And it's kind of like, look, I say that to say this. Because sometimes you get into relationships just to be like them. Just to fit into the group. Just because the girls or the guys are saying you're still single. You're not with anyone. You haven't got a kid yet. Now you've got a kid that you've got to pay for them for the rest of your life, and a baby mum that you're split up with because your mates were laughing at you because you didn't have a kid, and they've got 4 baby mums that they can't afford to financially support. And they twanged you, got into your brain, made you think it was a smart fucking move to have a kid because everyone seems to have a kid in this community and not fucking be a father. Or or play the role or be in a healthy relationship. No one's seeking marriage first. No one's really trying to settle down and have strong, healthy relationships. And they're encouraging you to go that way, but you don't want to. And you're with someone you don't really want to be with, who don't love you right. You need a specific love language. They haven't got it to give. Gosh. The Judgment card coming out on top of the 2 of Wands. Is this a sick joke? Is it really? 2 of Wands is about stagnancy and indecision. Remember, that's coming out after the Hangman as well. We're feeling really, really stuck. And you're healing that now intuitively because you know what you wish for isn't with this person or the connection that you've been in or what you've been putting up with. And the Judgment card comes out. That's Phoenix rising from the acid energy. You've come from the Death card and the 8 of Cups. Death to this connection, moving on, and then you're rising from the ashes like the fucking Phoenix. And not only that, Queen of Pentacles in the past with 8 of Pentacles, you've been working so hard on you. You know you. Nothing worse than being in a relationship where the other person doesn't do the inner work. And the quote again that I've been screaming about growth. Some people grow, some people evolve. Very different. Very different. Evolution means that you're changing your cognition, you're evolving spiritually, you're ascending, your kundalini is rising, aspects of your identity, DNA, sense of self is all changing. But if you're just growing, your money's shifting. You might be getting more money, you might be getting fatter, you might be getting slimmer, you might be getting a 6-pack, that's cute, you might be getting a new nose. You might have got your eyebrows done in a new shape, might have got them rounded instead of got them squared, might have got them laminated instead of feathered. You might have started to get your eyebrows tweezed instead of fucking threaded. Woohoo! Right? Breaking news. Look, I've gone so rude. I have no idea what has triggered me, guys. I'm so sorry. This is borderline toxic. I mean, the 3 of Swords is out. Bear with me, guys. I'm just doing the cards that I receive. I am in the energy. Because it gets like that. It's like there's layers of growth, right? And everyone's, I've got a 6-pack now, and I've got a new chin, new eyebrows, just got my tits done, just got a BBL, yeah, just got my new lashes in, got my 2-inch long nails, that's fantastic, got my new Birkin, got my new Louis bag, got my new Gucci shoes, yeah, I'm outside, out tonight, turning up, yeah, I look so cute, got my new lace wig. Fantastic. That's great for you. I'm so overjoyed. You're growing well. But I'll rather evolve. And guess what evolution is? That's an inside job. Yeah? That happens inside. That's something that your chakras do. That's something that your brain does. That's intellect. That's intelligence. That's charm. Yeah? That's wit. I want to say sarcasm. It makes me think about like characters from like Big Bang Theory, like Sheldon specifically. It's like people with wisdom and intelligence, and they don't always have the nicest approach when they speak or come across in the cutest way or show up like everybody else who's getting their 6-packs done and getting their BBLs done or got their cheek fillers or their lips done or stuff like that, because that's not their priority. They're working on intelligence, they're working on intellect, they're working on their love languages. They're working on consciousness. They're choosing to evolve in a different way. They're working on healing and understanding themselves. They're focused on self-love. And they understand that comes from inside. Yeah? Card coming out on top of the 3 of Swords is the Ace of Cups. It's beautiful. It's the Ace of Cups is crying. Someone is crying their eyes out in the future about a love that ended. And it's not sad crying, it's happy crying. It's fulfillment. Like, I've never seen the Three of Swords as fulfillment, but it is. Someone understands love now. Someone understands what heartbreak is and why it happens and how beneficial it is to grow. Like, someone has been rewarded and been gifted Three of Swords. And it's such a beautiful gift that it's brought on the Ace of Cups, where you are emotionally fulfilled now. Someone felt caged or imprisoned in a relationship. And I wouldn't say the relationship was toxic, but it looked like it was stagnant and still it wasn't going anywhere. You weren't destined to rise together. You've come as far as you can on your own. And you've been in a chrysalis for a long time. I'm getting caterpillar to butterfly energy. You've been in a chrysalis a long time, and you couldn't come out and turn into the butterfly because you're with this person. Yeah? And so this person was in your life for a reason. They were really, really protective of you, or you're really protective of them. Either way, you were both down and out for a window of time because you were nestling into each other and healing each other and working on each other. Now you're coming out. I think there's going to be a breakup and a cleansing of energy, and you're going to move forward on your own. And you're going to know what love is for real. And you're going to be overflowing with emotion because you're going to feel empowered and liberated because you know what it means to really be alone. I feel like us having the conversation as well about the other kind of characteristics in relationships and everyone acting like they've got the most beautiful relationship when they don't is enough for you to see through the illusion and stand confidently on your own as a single person, or justify who you want to date and where you are going in your love life and where you're going with your love languages moving forward. Or now you know what to manifest. Now you know what to ask for. Now you know who should or shouldn't assist you in love. Yeah? Gorgeous energy, guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Now you're building strong relationships. Three of Pentacles. With the Queen of Swords, you're getting away from the defeatist energy of love, because we do beat each other down. You've heard me cussing in this reading, swearing a few times, getting really, really pissed off, because it does bring up the bitterness in us. And if you are the single one of the crew, or the one always in the toxic relationship that's breaking up, or always with that stale spouse that you're still with, that a lot of people might not even like your partner, he's just that annoying twat, yeah? Male or female, they're just that annoying character. Oh, your partner again. Oh, great. Oh, you're coming with your husband. Oh, great. Oh, you're bringing your wife. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Oh, your wife. His wife's coming. Yeah. He's bringing the wife. Yeah. Great. The wife's yeah. You know, it's one of those situations, and you're conscious now of what that is and what that looks like in all of your dynamics and in your surrounding environments, because you're consciously aware enough of it, and that's going to remove the conflict for you to force connection with others. Now you haven't got to force love in a way you really don't want to. This is giving me Cancer energy. The last Cancer reading really dived into this kind of element in love. So if you are a Cancer, this is extra confirmation that this is indeed a follow-on for you. And if you're not, but you resonate, go and watch the Cancer reading, okay? Check out the description, see if it's linked there. Otherwise, it's on the homepage. And at the end of the day, with the Chariot card at the end, we've got Two of Pentacles. Chariot, Two of Pentacles, is you're really going to need to balance out your love languages and others' love languages. So you do need to fully understand that if you love physical touch, but your partner loves receiving gifts, you've got to bend and bow. Yeah? You've got to bend and bow. You've got to be able to sacrifice and give some of that to the other. You've got to know what your other needs. And it's not about physical touch all the time. You've got to be in love enough with your partner to receive the gifts and give the gifts whatever way it works. And acts of service. If your partner loves acts of service, but that's not how you love, you need to learn to love that way. Can you learn to love that way? What's your inherent way of loving? Because the most beautiful soulmate connections and destined connections are the ones where you can just be you. Yeah? And we often represent and show up with and give from our own needs and wants. For example, I love words of affirmation and quality time. That's what I love. So that's what I'm prepared to give all the time. I will give you words of affirmation all day until you're blue in the face. I will give you quality time all the time if I can. But if that's not something you want, we're out of sync. And there's no point. You don't want quality time. You want physical touch and you want to receive gifts. I'm not prepared to give you gifts all the time or give you physical touch all the time. That's just an example. So if that's the case, we can already see that we can't communicate correctly in love. So we know that we can't go any further here. Do you get it? So you got to know. Whereas for me, my strongest elements, and do this for yourself as well. Think about it, analyze it. I'll do a list in the comments and a little in the comments or in the description where you can look at this and really consider how this is balancing out for you. Because acts of service is gorgeous, a little similar to quality time and words of affirmation, if you ask me, because it's wrapped up in how you give. It's less of a physical thing, where gifts is more materialistic and touch is more materialistic. So for me, they would be lower down the rung of what I would need or want, I guess. But I say that with ideologies and awareness that physical touch is obviously quite linked to quality time, because if you are having quality time, then that could be cuddles, that could be stroking, that could be kissing, that could be eye gazing, that could just be nestled up into each other. Do you get what I mean? If you're having quality time, then more than likely you're going to be connecting and intimate. So there's questions around, if I love quality time, would I be better off being with someone who enjoys physical touch? Because whilst we're having quality time, we could be holding hands, we could be really physically close, we could be kissing and cuddling. That could be a thing, right? Receiving gifts as well when it comes into the conversation. Words of affirmation are really, really nice, but you only get words of affirmation when you give a gift, and that person tells you how much they love you and how grateful they are that you bought them that thing. And then when you wear that dress or use that new TV or embrace that gift, that person's still receiving the reward, and they're saying through words of affirmation how grateful they are for it. And that person, through quality time, for example, someone's gifted you a TV because they love you so much and they wanted to spoil you and they bought you a TV. Now you're having quality time watching the telly that they've bought. That person's going to be fulfilled from that experience. Yeah? So you've got to understand how these languages spiral out in different ways. Because quality time could be watching a show together on the sofa whilst having physical touch, whilst you're affirming to each other how grateful you are that you are together. Yeah? Whilst someone is out here cooking and making snacks or a lovely mukbang, because I love to eat food. But that's just an ideology, right? Because we're trying to throw acts of service into the conversation as well at the end. But it's kind of, or someone's out there wrapping you in a blanket or putting your feet up on the footstool, or just kind of like really making sure you're comfortable. Are you warm enough? Shall I light a candle for us? Let's burn some sage. Oh, do you want to hold this crystal while you sit with me? Like, this is a bit pathetic and a bit OTT. I mean, who do we think we are? We live in 2025. Most relationships are fucking toxic, let's be honest. I mean, you have the negative hermatologist today. I can only apologise. I don't know why I'm destroying such a beautiful reading towards the end. Bitter and twisted is definitely in my vibration at this time. If that is you, hit the like. Because obviously not everything is so gorgeously sweet and airy-fairy. I'm just saying that because I'm consciously aware that it's so easy to create content and fall into a life so blissful and romance is gorgeous. But we're advocating for the fact that romance isn't as fantastic and lovely as it appears to be, but romance also isn't dead, okay? And there is a balance between the two, and we are bringing love back alive through love languages, provided we allow ourselves to receive in kind. And we know what we want and need. People don't know what they want and need. And they're crying, begging, screaming, demanding for things that are not even aligned to their highest good. And that's when the toxicity starts to amp up and spread and chaos ensues. And that's when we start getting main chicks, side chicks, affairs, arguments, stagnation, a lack of wish fulfillment, a lack of fulfillment all round. Toxicity, arguments, ghosting, avoidance. And we start getting toxic traits spiraling in. And we start getting gaslighting, narcissism. You get the wrong love languages together in polarity on the dark side of town, or the dark side of the chakras, the shadowy spaces that are unresolved, the unhealed inner child, the wounded masculine or feminine, then you're absolutely fucked, because that's when toxicity ensues. And that's when we get domestic violence, that's when we get people beating on each other, that's when we get mental health issues, that's where we get suicidal ideation, depression, loneliness, that's where we get really fucked up stuff going on. Yeah? So this is a really healing reading, where it says no matter what you've gone through, and no matter if you are single here or looking to go in a single direction, you're not out in the cold, you're not on your own, you haven't lost out, you've done the inner work, and you are clear about what you want in the future, and you're making it clear no matter how good this person looks on the surface as well, because we can get into relationships where a person acts gorgeous on the outside, and when you're at home and alone with them, they're toxic as fuck and you know it, and everyone loves them, thinks they're the sweetest person on the fucking planet, but they're not. And I see the toxicity in someone's partner, or the toxicity they bring up in you, but nobody else knows about that, or no one else sees it, and you just let it go. But you're unfulfilled, you're unhappy, and it's kind of like we can't have an equal give and take. We don't speak the right language. This has got to come to an end. And from that, you're going to get your power back. I feel like I've been connecting with a really strong feminine who's really independent and powerful, who's been putting up with a lot of bullshit and needed the confirmation today to know that she can walk away and make it on her own and find someone who truly loves her for real. And I think that, and you've had better experiences in the past, and I think maybe this person you were with, you got back with them from the past, and they are a mistake. Like, you got back with them, right? And it's just not right. And because they're an ex, and you're kind of like, oh, we were together for years beforehand, we've got back together, so it's really worth giving it a try. But you know it's not right. Your happiness exists outside of this. It really does. I'm happy for you because you're free now. And you're going to be free. And you're going to move forward. And you're going to start getting your happiness back. You're going to get your mojo back. And you're going to find the love that you deserve. Okay? Wow, you're healing and it's gorgeous and you're in your power, okay? Own it. Ignore the bullshit around you, everyone with their amazing relationships that are absolutely perfect, because that's cap. You know you're very intuitive, you're very switched on, you're very awake. Embrace love and light. And I'll be back soon with more. Bye.